Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is invertedjokerr and welcome back. The topic of today's video is going to be roaming, and this is indeed the updated roaming video that I was promising you guys. So if you're new to Rainbow Six Siege or you just live and play under a rock, roaming is when you are not on the immediate objective area and you leave to a separate part of the map to come in behind the attackers after they breach into the building and clean them up and kill them and cause a complete pain in the ass to the other teams. So they're more worried about you than they are the actual objective, and they're more worried about staying alive than they are into breaching the objective. So roaming is a great strategy to use if you know what you're doing while you do it, which is why I'm here to help you guys out with roaming. First and foremost, if you're gonna roam, you want a 3-speed or 2-speed operator at the very least. No 3 armor, 1-speed operators, because that is just asking to get killed because you can't run quickly when you need to run. My 2 favorite roamers are Jaeger and Bandit, as Bandit has a very high rate of fire MP7 and he's also very fast. Jaeger is very fast, and his 416C is very good as well. The very first thing that I do and that you should do as a roamer is go to a very secluded spot in the map that is away from the objective that you know that they probably won't be breaching in through, and try to get a quick glance on the cameras of where the enemy team is spawning. Even if they shoot out the cameras, that gives you a very good indication on which direction they're spawning in, and you can adjust where you're going to hide accordingly to wait for the enemies to come into the building or into the objective area that you are defending. Oftentimes when you're roaming, you're going to hear footsteps. You can hear footsteps above you, beside you, and sometimes you'll watch people run right by you. But the thing you have to keep in mind is you shouldn't always, I'm not saying never, but don't always pop out and shoot that first person, because there could be 2 or 3 people behind that first person, and if you do wait that extra 2 seconds just to make sure nobody's behind you, then you're going to be a lot better off. And sometimes when you wait, you'll have 2 more people past you and you get 3 kills just by simply waiting and shooting the other team in the back. So depending on your playstyle, you're going to want to adjust your loadout accordingly. So me, I'm a very fast-paced, aggressive player. I run a holographic, and I rarely use a suppressor. But if you're a slower-paced player, you can get away with a holographic, maybe a suppressor. It just depends on what you're doing, what map you're playing, and what objective you're defending. Sometimes on a smaller map, I will run the suppressor because it gives me that extra second that I need to shoot the second person in the back that may or may not know where I am, but if he doesn't know exactly where I am, I'm not going to have a trail coming off my rounds. That way, people on adjacent sides of lanes that I'm shooting down don't see exactly where my rounds are coming from. They have to rely on their team's callouts, and sometimes, even in higher level play, callouts aren't the best, and that gives me that extra second to shoot or move depending on my situation. It's really easy when you're roaming to get really kill hungry because you're doing so well, and then you'll see someone and they'll see you and they'll start shooting and you're able to get away. Do not over peek, because that's just greedy to the team, and if you peek out there again, the other team doesn't have to worry because they know that the roamer's down. So if you can get away without getting shot, get away without getting shot and hit the team from a different angle. Even if it takes you an extra 15 seconds to go to a different stair set to flank them from a different angle, you're going to have a bigger technical advantage on the other team. One big problem that I see people having over and over again in public lobbies is that when they're roaming and their teammates start dying, they don't head back to the objective area. The problem with this is that on game modes like Secure Area, all it takes is for the other team to step inside the objective and they start securing the area automatically. If you don't head back, you're now put in the position that the attackers were initially in, that you have to breach inside this room, and now you have a very short window of time to do it. So when you see 2, 3 teammates fall, and you only have 1 person near the objective, or even both of you are roaming, you need to get the fuck back to the objective area, and you need to take the path of least resistance to get there, but at the same time, don't panic when you're heading back. Oftentimes, when people do start heading back and their teams died, they start panicking and run in, guns a-blazing, and they get killed the second that they run in. Take your time, realize that, 30 seconds is a lot longer than it seems, but get back to the objective and fight smart. Generally, people freak the fuck out because they think that it's going to be their fault that they lost, and they don't want to hear what their team has to say. And generally, when your team starts dying or starts getting shot, they're going to call out which direction they're getting shot from. So when you are heading back and you see your teammate getting shot, go from the direction that he's getting shot from. Don't run through the same way that your teammate was getting shot from and expect to be able to battle out a gunfight and peek back and forth and get the kills. Just go around and get behind the enemy team in the opposite direction. The last tip that I have for roaming, you hear in every single video of mine, is you have to practice it to get better. Watching a guide or getting on YouTube and watching someone else isn't going to give you every answer that you need in every situation. You need to go in there and get familiar with it. Step outside of your comfort zone, join a casual match, play a million casual matches until you're used to it, and you will indeed become a god. So guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate everyone's support. We're closing in on 2,000 subscribers now. Thank you very much. I seriously can't be any more appreciative to you guys. So if you have any questions or you need individual help, let me know in the comment section down below, and I can indeed make a video on it. So until next time guys, my name is invertedjokerr, and I'm signing out.